So there's too much plugging happening um, to your. I guess I'll just talk like as if people are normal functioning adults because I feel like I have to explain this, and you kind of do with what I just wrote, with that capacity of people we have in America who I believe might be viewing this. But I can't do this anymore because I'm stooping so low. Just let me speak, and then I have to be concerned because we have this, whatever the word of meth addicts in official positions. So I'm really confined, and I'm just tired of that. I'm just going to speak. So I plug my ears too much here. I've never plugged my ears so much in my life. Sitting here, always plugging my ears for obvious reasons. And it actually has caused this morning, it's like some sort of vertigo, but not quite that. Where because the bathroom, the showers broke, which is fine because at least I can hear what's going on when I'm in the bathroom. I didn't like taking a shower here, and this was way before the real criminal stuff I witnessed happened in this house. This is way before because I started to realize there was major drugs. I didn't like to go in there because basic drug addicts would just sneak in. They do that stuff while you're not there, and they rob your wallet or your cell phone and everything. So I didn't like the shower. The shower broke, and I was on my way to half the time not taking a shower all the time just to be able to hear while I was cleaning myself, my door. So now the shower's broke. It broke a long time ago, and I don't have that problem. And so I now have to alert my movements now for safety here because of the crimes I witnessed. The one that was really awful, a woman screaming. And I do make it clear that I run the bath water, so I'm taking baths. And the water in my ear to wash my hair and all that, I don't need to tell normal functioning adults this. And plugging all the time, plugging. Because I don't need to tell adults this. The shit I'm surrounded by here is phenomenal. It's just nothing but phenomenal. Has caught up with me. I hate to be a guinea pig, but so today I think the water got too stuffed into the whatever in here. There's no pain, but I feel like vertigo, a little like I can't describe it past that. And I'm so tired of being accused that I'm crazy, and this makes me crazy now too. I'm sure to meth addicts and to really evil humans out there. When I actually have like water in my ears, like physically, that means I'm crazy. I know it's horrible. So I'm gonna stop now. They got me alone. They're fucking savages here. And this, because I have help from alphabets. Oh, undoubtedly. I work with them on the other side here as a civilian. I have been able to remain somewhat safe. I have to really watch myself and watch my back, obviously. But I have been able to remain somewhat safe by myself, all by myself. No one calls, no one comes in. We know how fucking pitiful and disgusting and disgraceful that is. And they can do whatever they got to do. And here we are. But I'm just going to pivot back to my ear. I don't believe that it's going to need, whatever the word, dude, I'm just going to use need, a doctor, because it's no pain. I think whatever, I am so out of my field of study, dude. I just don't think I'll need to go to a doctor. And of course I have anxiety about that. Every time I go anywhere here, the people are just absolutely savage. And I can't figure it out. No, I have figured it out, but it's still, every time I go out, really upsetting. I just want to get out of the city so bad, but it looks like, I'm pivoting, bear with me. As long as they've got me in abject poverty and all the stuff, it's clear what's going on. It's clear. I don't have to tell a functioning normal adult any of this. As long as I'm in this situation, I'm applying for all this low income, and it looks like we got some serious problems with our classes that I knew we had, but I didn't realize how serious it was. And a lot of the lower classes have become this pantheon of criminals. And this is whites too. You go into the white trash spectrum, it's the same thing. They're all mob. It's taken the mentality here, and I can't elaborate on this further because it's, for one, really off. It's really abstract at the point of where I want to keep my video here. And I forgot the word. Anyway, so I'm plugging my ears too much here. And it has caught up with me because I've never plugged my ears like this. I've never been anywhere like this. It's insane what they're doing here. And I'm smart to take that action, and I'm smart to use the sound machine and the music, because I don't need to explain that to a reasonable adult. I do want to say that as soon as I put up Washington State, I was unconscious and knew to do that. And I laid in bed and I kind of drug myself out of bed because my ears, I could tell, were kind of funny this morning. It feels like water's in there, you know? And you just feel a little, I just hope it doesn't become an infection. It's from plugging, dude. You can't plug your ears that much, man. And you need to leave if you're plugging your ears that much. It won't stop here either. They run in air bases with helicopters, and I've never seen or heard sirens in my life. Like I am in a city that is literally falling into the abyss. Oh, wow. And then, yeah, you know, the whole Northwest jurisdiction is cops that protect stash houses, and they're really not very good at it because they made it pretty obvious, and it ended up all on YouTube. And I don't have to tell reasonable adults that. No, it really did. And if they were good at that, they wouldn't have. Anyways, I don't need to explain this, and it's kind of getting abstract if I do. So I put up Washington State. I knew when I was unconscious to do that. It was all over in Washington State. I was all over. There's a lot of crack, a lot of meth all over the country. And these are the people you're going to start to see trying to prove their greatness and hurting others. Just that's it. That's the end game. And small militias, I knew that. The small militias, the crackpots, Boogaloo Boys, all these crackpots, because everyone can get a gun here and all that. We know that I don't need to tell rational adults this, are going to start doing some real awful stuff because there ain't no attack, dude. There ain't no attack, and your president wants to be a celebrity, you know? I don't care what he thinks. He's on drugs and he's already a really sick person, so I'm not going to bother. I can't plague myself with that, man. But so here we go, right? Here we go. I've accepted that this is just how it's going to be. The cops, everybody's going to pretend this house doesn't exist. I don't exist. Nothing exists. This crazy lady upstairs, they're so mental. The stuff that she was doing, she kept going in the bathroom and whacking on something. And my guidance was, no, it's not criminal what she's doing. What you're hearing in this house now is just crazy people doing crazy shit in their house, going to the bathroom, whacking. She did this project in there. She's mentally ill and she's dangerous, and they need to be put in the state hospital. But yeah, it's not the level of criminality here as much anymore. And I did a lot of that. But yeah, so this whole never getting acknowledgement or credit or paycheck, all this stuff, I guess it's just going to be that way. And my celestial family is not finding this funny. The Americans just think they can do this and watch TV. But this is the point. I have to be strong through this, because where this is going, and I knew it when I hit his war plan with the Supreme Court. I was waiting to do that day. It was, you know, I don't have to be hesitant to say this stuff. It was guided to me immediately after. Once I took that step, it was guided. So now what's going to happen is they don't, and I'm putting it in my own words now, they don't have their war, the one they had planned. And so now this is what's going to be. You're going to see a lot of militias all over the West, but certainly in America, because weapons are so accessible. And just bad people doing horrible things like you just saw here on the paper this morning. I'm sorry for that protester that he was attacked by a mob of whites. I've been saying nothing but that on my account for years, to be careful and don't be going out there in these protests, because these are terrorists. They're crackpots, but they're acting as terrorists. Stop protesting and stay in your house at this point until the military can get involved. There will be a point where they have to, and they will, and they will be easily stopped. And I'm using little words, don't judge. But until then, you're risking your life out there. I'm so sorry that even if he was one of those DCers that doesn't like me, to see a black person get attacked by a mob of whites, I don't care if he hated me and hated cops. I can't have that. I can't be seeing that in the morning. So, but what I wanted to say was I hit Washington State. And as soon as I hit Washington, well, I knew to do it when I was unconscious. Washington State, most of the country, it's crack and meth. And that should go to the intel. They already know this, but it certainly is. Maybe it's for me, so I have understanding. A lot of the disarray and chaos and really evil people is fueled on purpose by foreign adversaries. Pump them full of drugs. Look at the Oregon legalizing, and look at here, all the crackheads in Congress. There's some big aspect to that, and it worked. It really did bring our society down here. They're really, really celebrating over there in Russia and the Middle East. This went perfectly. But the militias are a separate thing, and that was immediately guided to me after I stopped the real actual hot war that these folks had, I choose to believe, had planned. So now you will have, I will have to see this, but I choose to believe my guidance. You will have a lot of chaos with the small militias. They're crackpots. They're crackpot people. But on top of that, you have a mass, millions of civilians, is what I wrote. They want to be great. They are somebody. They're going to hurt somebody because you fucked with my crack. And this is whites. This is all of them here. And then so I knew to hit Washington State was very important. It's just one spot too, and it's right by where I always hit, so I wasn't surprised about that either. And then as soon as I put up Washington State on Pacific time zone, I get a text message from my mom. She wants to know something. It's just something I'm going to keep in here. It was just something she wants to know. I don't need to reveal every topic of every last text. But it's clear that they're on my Facebook. They're on my Twitter. They have been ever since this is known. They have been. But they're so silent. I know. My guidance was to stay away from them. I think it's probably, I've been saying that I kind of have to. And so I'm just asking Jesus, I really need their help. I can't stay here, and I'm in a real bad situation in the United States. So let me just take this one day at a time, but I really have to stay away from them. It, to me, really looked like they're stalking my account from the moment they get up at 5 a.m. And I think I might have possibly caused fear because I hit Washington State, but that's my job. That's what I went to school for. That's what's in me. It's almost like it's biological in me to do what I'm doing. I'm sorry that this freaks my family out and that they want to come at me. And if they're not coming at me, they leave me for dead. No one's arguing this, and they're the only ones saying I'm imagining that. It's not. I don't even have to counter argue that. I hope that they do help me get out of here. My guidance is to not respond to the text messages. It's really weird to get a text from someone at 5 a.m. as soon as you get on Facebook. If by coincidence she wasn't aware and she just got up and texted me at 5 a.m., I highly doubt that. I hardly get texts ever from them. It'll be 1 and 2 days before I even get a text. So I'm going to reply to it later. I mean, they should be happy I'm sitting here helpless, right? But those that say, no, it's fine there now, stay there. Nothing happened in the house. You're just imagining things you smell too. I'm imagining people on the roof. Here we go again. No, my family's right. My celestial family, stay away from them. It's gotten really bad in the United States. Maybe there's someday, some way, me and my mom can get back together because I would love that. She is my mother, biological mother here. And we can have a relationship. But right now, no, especially with what happened with this house. No, we don't have one. I'm real. And any therapist of mine would tell me, just please don't get into whatever the word. This is not a relationship. This is not someone who's showing any care or concern, okay? At all. So just stay away. So I will text later. I will text back. I'm not engaging in this or ruining my morning with my ears feeling funny and reading what I read in the paper. I'm not going to engage with people who I feel are still on my social media watching every tweet. Maybe I might be exaggerating. I don't know. But they're very aware of it. It seems to me they are still. And yet silent and absent from my actual life. So that's the scoop this morning. But Washington State is where I went right as I woke up. And it's not to do with my family there. It has to do with, I would say, Russia and stuff, because that's really where I hit generally. And where I was unconscious was the general Americans are, most of this is drug fueled. This is such a narco state. But, I do believe, not these West Points that wave and clap at Donald in a helicopter. No, that's 40% of them are far right. I've said that, and they know that, the military. But these military experts, right, and this is worldwide, they got to know how to handle all this. Oh, I'm sure they have some sort of little chapter in some book somewhere. I'm sure. So I'm just going to stay safe in my house and do what I can today. And my ears are kind of messed up. All right. God bless America. Say goodbye.